Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can use MailChimp to send regular newsletters to your mailing list. MailChimp's a brilliant web tool that enables you to send out newsletters, and best of all, it's free to send 12,000 emails to 2,000 subscribers a month. So basically the free plan would suit any small business or small group. For instance, you might run a sports team or a choir or a craft group or a WI or a church or what have you. MailChimp is perfect to suit your needs. So let me show you how it works. First of all, you need to sign up for a free account. Just go onto the MailChimp website, which is mailchimp.com, and click the orange sign up free button. So sign up, just pop your details in the box. So pick a username for yourself and pick a password. Try and make sure it's something secure and memorable, and just click create my account. Okay, it'll say thanks for signing up and they'll send confirmation to your email address. So go into your email account and there should be a message from MailChimp Client Services. If you click on the activate account button, that will enable you to finish the process of signing up. So first of all, it'll ask you to just confirm that you're a human being by typing in these numbers. And then it'll just ask you for a little bit more information. So pop in your name and details about your organisation in order to set up your account. So when you've filled in all your details, if you just go to the bottom and click save and get started, that will complete your account setup. So I'll show you around the dashboard. First of all, you can import a list of people that you've already got on your mailing list. So for example, if you're using Outlook or you're using Gmail or you've got an Excel spreadsheet of contacts or something like that, you can import them all into MailChimp to make it much easier to manage. You can create and send an email campaign. That's an email that's sent out to subscribers of your list. And you can start building your audience, so you can have sign-up forms that you can put on your website or on Facebook or on Twitter, and people can just put their email address in there and sign up to start getting your emails. So first of all, I'm going to show you how you can import your list of existing contacts into MailChimp. So if you click on import your list, first of all you need to create a list within MailChimp, so you could call it membership. You need to create a default from email address, so that'll be your email address or the person who's administering the group. And a default from name, I'm going to put Newcastle Choir. You also need to remind people how they got on your list, so you could say something like, you're receiving this email because you signed up for more information about Newcastle Choir. Okay, and then your contact information for the list. And then if you just click create list and go to import, I'll take you to the next step. Now, there are different ways you can import some subscribers. You can import from a CSV or text file, so if you've got it in an Excel spreadsheet, that's probably the easiest way you can do it. Or you can just copy and paste from Excel, or you can import from various other web tools and bits of software. I'm just going to show you how to import from a CSV because that's probably the easiest and most flexible way of importing contacts when you've got them in an Excel spreadsheet. The important thing to say is that you can't just bung anyone on your mailing list. It has to be people who've agreed to have email contact with you, so people who signed up on your website or people who have expressly given you their permission to get emails. Go to your spreadsheet of data. So I've got some here. These are all made up email addresses, but imagine this is my list of people that I want to import. First of all, you need to save your spreadsheet as a CSV file. So if I go to File and Save As, I'm using OpenOffice, but this will work in Excel as well. So I'm going to call it Contacts. I'm going to put it on the desktop. So I'm going to save it as a CSV file. Just click Save and just OK that. and that's fine. So it's saved that to my desktop now. You see the file contacts CSV, and that's what I need to import into MailChimp. So if I go back to MailChimp and click import from a CSV or text file, it'll ask me to browse for the file that I've just created. So if I click browse, and if I go contacts CSV, and say upload list, that will upload it into MailChimp. Now it'll just ask you to match the columns in your uploaded list to your MailChimp list. Just check that they all correspond. So click save, column name, last name, click save, and this column name is email address, and again click save. So that's fine. They're all matched up now. So if you complete the import, hopefully your new people will be in your list. So here we are. I've now created a list with 6 people as members. So here are the email addresses of the people I've just imported and their first and last names. So now we can go ahead and create an email and send it to that list of people. If you go to campaigns, this is where all the emails that you create will be stored. So the first thing to do is create a new campaign. So if I go up here and click create campaign, it'll ask me what type of campaign I want to send. Normally you're going to want to choose an HTML campaign, which means you can design a nice looking email. You can use text and design elements and pictures as well. That's probably the best thing to do, and you can send a plain text alternative for people who can't read HTML emails. So I'm going to select that, and it'll now enable you to design it from scratch. So first of all, you need to decide who you want to send it to. Most of the time you're going to want to send it to your whole list. So I'm going to click send to entire list and click next. It's going to ask you to give your campaign a name, so I'm just going to put Newcastle Choir News 1 or something. You can give it a more inspired name. Then come up with an email subject. So news from Newcastle Choir for summer 2014. You're going to probably want to come up with something a lot more inventive and interesting than that, based on the content of your newsletter. You don't really need to fiddle with any of these options, just click next. Okay, you can then choose how you want your email to be designed. So there's all sorts of different templates and themes that you can choose, different layouts that you can pick from. So you can pick one of these if you like the look of them. There are some themes which include different colours and things. So I'm going to select a youth group one. So you can click on various different parts of this now to edit it. So obviously I don't want to call it Crossroads Youth Group, I want to call it Newcastle Choir. And then news for summer, and you can just change this text as much as you want. We had 5 concerts in the last 2 months, something like that. So if there's a template that you're really happy with and you just want to change the text, then that's absolutely fine. But perhaps you want to choose a different type of design and actually customize it, make it look a little bit more personal. So what I'm going to do is, I quite like the 1 column over 2, so I'm going to select that, just change the template. And now you can drag and drop your own content blocks, so you can make this look exactly how you want to. You can drop an image in here, so what I'm going to do is browse for a banner image. Here we go. And get a banner. Okay, that's great. I'm going to select that, and hopefully it's going to drop my banner image in there, so you can personalise it with your own banner. And then you can just click on each of these blocks and type in what you want. Newcastle Choir is launched. Obviously I wouldn't be using that banner with Newcastle Choir, but you can type in whatever you want. Lots of exciting developments. If you want to add extra sections, you can add them in, no problem. There's all these different things that you can just drag and drop. So if you wanted a divider, for instance, you could just drop the block there. You change the way it looks. Or if you wanted, it's quite nice to have social sharing so that people can tweet your message. So maybe pop that in there so people can share and tweet and forward it to a friend. Or you can get people to follow you on your social networks by dropping that in there, and you just need to put in your links. So that might be Newcastle Choir, and Twitter link might be Newcastle Choir as well. Save and close, and then people can click on those buttons to easily get to your social media. You can drop images in, and you can write all sorts of information, and it's nice because it looks really professional. It looks classy. It's better than just sending a plain text email. You can share images and all kinds of things, and it's all optimized. MailChimp basically does all the hard work for you. When you're happy that you've got the text and the pictures exactly how you want, if you click next, it'll just run you through all the things that you need to check before you send it. So it's going to your membership list, which has 6 members on it. The subject line is News from Newcastle Choir for summer 2014, but you can change that if you wanted to. Replies are coming back to this address, and we've got tracking in there and that kind of thing. Now it's warning us if there's anything that you haven't thought about or haven't filled in, it will come up here, and you can see there's an exclamation mark here which is warning us that we haven't filled in something that we should have done, which is default header content. So if we go back to the design stage, the default header content is this information up here. So if I click on that, it's basically a sort of summary of what's in your email. Depending on which email client people are using, a little snippet might be displayed. So you want it to be short, and you want it to summarise what's in the email. So news about latest concerts and fundraising bake sale. So let's click next, and hopefully all those issues will have been addressed. Yep, looks like everything's ready to go. You can preview or test your email, which is a good idea, so that you can proof it properly and spell check it. So if I click up at the top here, you can enter preview mode, which means you can preview it in your browser, and this will show you what it'll look like to your recipients. So on the left shows you a sort of standard email, how it would come out on a computer or a laptop. And on the left is a mobile preview, so it shows you what it would look like on a smartphone or tablet. If you're happy with that, you can exit preview mode. If you want to send yourself a test email so you can see exactly what it's going to look like, if you click send a test email, you can just put your email address in there and send a test. I'm not going to do that now, but if you're happy with it, you click send, and it just warns you that you're about to launch, and if you're ready, click send now, and the campaign will be sent. And that's it, that's all you need to do. Then next month, you can go into your campaigns and create a new campaign. And the brilliant thing is, once you've designed your email, you can use that as the basis for the next one, so you don't have to start again from scratch. If you click on the right hand button here and click replicate, you can go through the same process again, choose who you want to send it to. But when it comes to designing the newsletter, I'm just going to change this to Newcastle Choir News 2. Change this to a different subject, interesting subject. I'm going to click next. And now what it'll let me do, it's showing the newsletter that I've just sent, and I can just amend this. Bake sale was a great success. Oops. and when you've put all the latest information in there, just go through the process of sending again. Really quick, really easy. Once you've got your mailing list set up and your template set up, it's just a case of putting the new information in each month or however regularly you want to send it. Anyway, I'm going to save and exit that and go back to the dashboard. Now, once your email has been sent out, give it a certain amount of time to send it and for people to have received it and look at it. And then you can actually see reports on how many people have opened your email, how many people have clicked on various links. So if you go over to reports, you can see this is the campaign that I've just sent out. If I click on it, it'll show all the reports here. Now, because the 6 people that I sent them to, they were all completely made up email addresses, so there aren't any statistics in here of people opening it and clicking and stuff, but when you send your campaigns for real, all the stats will be contained in here, and it's really useful to see how well your emails performed, how many people opened, what sort of things people clicked on. That helps to inform what kind of content is most interesting to your members. One of the great things about using MailChimp is that it enables you to keep on top of your mailing list. So for instance, if some of the emails that you've sent out have bounced, it will automatically clean up your list of subscribers. So if I go over to reports again, you can see that the latest email that I just sent out, 4 of the emails have bounced. You can see that there. So it will actually remove those email addresses from the list to make sure that the list is always kept up to date. A couple of other things to show you. If you want to add people manually to your list later on, so say somebody new joins your choir and they want to join your email list, you can add them manually. So if you go over to lists, and if you click on membership, which is the list we set up earlier, you can see there's a button that says add subscribers. So if you click on that and click add a subscriber, you can then type in their details. Now you need to always make sure that you've got permission from the person to add them to the list. So I'm just going to add myself there. So type in their email address, type in their name, and that's it. And then you just need to confirm that the person has given permission to be added to the list by ticking this box, and then you click subscribe, and that's it. They should be added to the list. So if I go back to lists, you can see we've got 3 people there now, and Anne Witten has now been added to the list. So it's as easy as that if you want to add people manually. Another thing you can do is set up a sign-up form so that people can subscribe directly to your list. So if you click over here on sign-up forms, it'll let you create one. There are various different ways of doing it. So you can build a general form, you can embed a form into your website, which is a really good way of getting people to sign up. So I'll show you on the Teach Me Tech website. I've got a sign-up form on here. I've got a free backup guide for people who subscribe, so I've got a little bit of information about that, and it says that people can get the free e-newsletter as well as the guide just by putting their email address in there. So all they'd need to do to sign up is type in their email address and press subscribe, and they would be signed up to the list. You can do that for your own website by creating a form in MailChimp. So if you click on select under embedded forms, it'll enable you to design the form according to your requirements. So you're probably just going to want to have email address, first name and last name. You can change the title to make it more meaningful, so you could put subscribe to receive monthly news from Newcastle Choir. And it'll change that, so you can customize that to say exactly what you want. When you're happy with how the form looks, you simply grab the code there, copy it, and paste it onto your website where you want the form to appear. It's outside the scope of this tutorial to show you how to paste code onto your website, but that's how you generate the form anyway. You can also create a form that just has a web link to it so that you can include it in emails and things like that, and if people click on the link they can then sign up to your mailing list. So if you go to General Forms and click Select, it'll allow you to design a sign-up form, and it'll give you the web address that people need to click on to be able to find it. And you can customize and design this, so you can click to add a message. So for instance, I could put sign up for news about Newcastle Choir. Save and close that. And you can design the form to be exactly how you want it. So you can do all sorts of different things. You can change the colours and that kind of stuff. You could even use an image if you wanted to. So you can have a play about that, get it to exactly how you want it. When you're happy with it, just copy the sign up form web address and let's put it in a new window. And you'll see the form as it will appear to people that you've sent the link, and then in order for them to be able to subscribe, they just put their email address and their name in there and click subscribe to this list. So you can actually use that little link, for instance, in an email footer, or you could put it on Facebook or Twitter, and anyone who's sent that link can then subscribe to your newsletter. So I hope that's been a really helpful whistle-stop tour to using MailChimp. It's an absolutely excellent tool, absolutely free, and if you ever send out newsletters or emails to groups of people, I would highly recommend it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, there are plenty more at www.teachmetech.co.uk.